Welcome to the Serene Disciple project at Egret Isle Farm, here in the wreckage of the garden shed. Last week I started a leisurely stroll through the poem by Thomas Merton that provides the name for this YouTube channel. When in the soul of the Serene Disciple. Here is the poem in its entirety again, and then we'll focus on a bit more of the poem this week. When in the soul of the Serene Disciple, with no more fathers to imitate, poverty is a success. It is a small thing to say the roof is gone. He has not even a house. Stars as well as friends are angry with the noble ruin. Saints depart in several directions. Be still. There is no longer any need of comment. It was a lucky wind that blew away his halo with his cares, a lucky sea that drowned his reputation. Here you will find neither proverb nor memorandum. There are no ways, no methods to admire, where poverty is no achievement. His God lives in his emptiness like an affliction. What choice remains? Well, to be ordinary is not a choice. It is the usual freedom of men without visions. To be ordinary is no choice. It is the usual freedom of men without visions. We will, of course, take a more detailed look at that last bit on the last week we talk about this poem. But that last line has always rankled a little. Who sets out to be ordinary? Who dreams of being ordinary? Shoot for the stars, be somebody. But one day, most of us look around and discover that who we became is somewhat less than we had hoped for when we were younger. I first came across this poem in a book called Falling Upward, A Spirituality for the Second Half of Life by Richard Rohr, one of my favorite books. In the aftermath of significant moral failure in my 40s, this was a huge book for me. And I have never met a person under 30 who cared for it at all. A fact that I have always found fascinating. At the time, I looked around me at the metaphorical wreckage that I had made of my life. But as I look around, I see a different sort of successful poverty, a different ruin. And the next stanza resonates in a different way. Stars, as well as friends, are angry with the noble ruin. Saints depart in several directions. Well, what is today's noble ruin? Well, today it's actual ruin. You see, it's been something of a difficult summer for me physically. My back has bothered me, but even more so, my shoulder is in fact sporting several rotator cuff tears, and I have been simply unable to keep up with all that needs done around here. And then a big storm came along last month and added to the chaos. My family all pitched in and took care of the essential stuff, but I am still left with a lot that I'm unable to do. Stars are angry, as Merton says. I think this is an oblique reference to astrology, not that Merton was into astrology, but rather refers to the stars being angry in the sense that this was not how my life was preordained to be, not how it was supposed to turn out. It was never part of my plan for my future self, that I would be wandering around physically incapable of taking care of my stuff. And angry friends, well, I don't have any actual angry friends that I know about, but that phrase makes me think of routine interactions with Kay, my wife. Honey, can you do this for me? No, I'm sorry, I can't. Oh, right, that's right, I'm sorry, I forgot. The saints, those inner voices in my life who continue to cheer me on with encouragements of, you can do this somehow. You got this. Just try harder. Figure out how to keep it all running. Those saints depart annoyed in several directions. And how should I respond to the noble ruin and the disappointment of not being able to do much about this ruin? According to Merton, be still. There is no longer any need of comment. It was a lucky wind that blew away his halo with his cares, a lucky sea that drowned his reputation. Okay. Breathe deep. In the face of the angst I feel, the inner raging against encroaching age and incapacity, be still. No need to come up with excuses. No need to apologize. No need to explain. Just be still. And could that last bit be true as well? Was it a lucky wind that did this, blew off the roof along with my halo, my I can do it all halo, and with my angst and the missing roof? It is a small thing to say, the roof is gone. Was it a lucky sea that drowned my reputation for being the guy who could do it all? Keep all the plates spinning, always make it all work? Yes. As I pause here in the noble ruin, breathing deeply, I realize that it really is okay. Yes, I am going to need to adapt to change. Make room for aging, allow space for injury and recovery. Yes, serenity of soul is connected to successful poverty, noble ruin, lucky storms. Be still. What about you? What about you? Something to think about. I'll see you next week.